Good morning, everyone. Well, wherever it is when you're watching this. I'm Arihia's and I wanted to, let's roll on talking about the principles of creating. This is a really good one because it is one that most people overlook, and I'm going to give you examples of it so you really understand the principles so that you can literally start utilizing it and seeing how in your day this is either working for you or working against you. And as creative people, I'm a very creative person, so usually the word structure makes my whole insides just squeeze up. But the truth is that structure is actually so powerful, and it's so much less restrictive than we think, and especially when we apply it really strategically. So when we use structure, and this is like structures of consciousness. This isn't necessarily like, of course, you're implementing structures in your day, but this is like consciously applied structures that you can use advantageously to get you ahead in your vision, so that you leverage time and leverage the energy of creation so that there is more momentum in what you're doing and you have to do less of the work. So what your work is to find what those structures are, and then so that flow can be created. And I guess one of the principles of this teaching, of this specific element of creating, is that, hey Leonie, nice to see you. Thanks for jumping on. Is that success isn't personal. Like we so often think that success, it's about us, and we make it about us. We make it about our belief system, and it is those things, but also it's structural. Like if you have the right structures in place, there's nothing personal about it, it's just understanding this law, then you will have success, like guaranteed 100%. Hold on, I have a structure in place called a son. I'm a mother, that's a structure. And I need to fix something for him. Just 1 second.
It started to get so boring.
Okay, well, we don't want you to be bored. There you go, mate. That's a structure. That is a structure. Motherhood is a structure. Right, so let's get into this. And the purpose of sharing this is that I want to help you to claim back time and create momentum in whatever you're creating. So I want to give you a couple of examples of how I've used this strategically, even recently, that have just like fully maximized my creativity and created huge flow in terms of like inspiration being able to land, creating momentum and creating flow in my vision, so that instead of like constantly bringing myself back, there's a flow and there's a push that's already happening that I just need to jump into, as opposed to having to create that stream to create the momentum. So here's a really, really simple example. I'm going to break it down so that you understand the principle of this. At the beginning of 2021, I deleted, which is what day we were, like 8, so that's 8 days ago. I deleted social media off my phone. I'm on my phone right now, but I took it completely off my phone. I took off Facebook, I took off Instagram, and I just kept Messenger because obviously I have a business online and I need it. But what it did, and the reason why I did this was because I noticed that having it on my phone, I would come to it to relieve tension, right? To relieve tension when I was like wanted to escape from different parts of my life, and it was taking my creative energy. So I was like, right, I'm gonna delete Facebook and Instagram off my phone. I did that. The day that I deleted it, I got 3 like ridiculous downloads on like how to, like, one was a marketing download, one was I can't remember, but it cleared space in my mind for that creativity to flow through. And then I strategically decided I'm going to set my alarm for 1 hour a day. I'm going to go on, I'm going to reply, I'm going to do these things. So strategically, that means that when I get back on, I'm super focused. I don't fluff around, I don't scroll, I don't, like it's like there's an hour and I'm strict with that hour. I'm like, okay, I'm set my alarm, here's that hour, just go. So I have all my content ready to go before I jump on for that hour. And then I'm just on and then I'm out. And then I notice during the day, like if me and my son are like having a bit of a thing, I might go to my phone because it's a habit to go and look at social media, but I can't. So can you see how that's a structural, like I literally structurally made that impossible for me to do. So that when I delete and reinstall Facebook every single day for 1 hour into my phone. That's a structural change that has given me so much momentum, and it's not just about like it's allowed me to leverage so much time. It's given me creativity back. It's helped my flow and be very strategic how I use social media as my business. So that's structural. That's a structural change. Another time I've done this, another thing is that I've hired a VA in my business, and I'm giving you these examples so that you can see like where in your life you can implement structure. And maybe you'd want to implement the same structures that I'm sharing, but you'll probably see like there's probably times that you've instinctually done this already in your life. But yeah, when you start to do it strategically, that's when it's honestly like it's so amazing. So I hired a VA 2 or 3 months ago. Because I'm a very creative person and I was spending a lot of time on Canva, organizing things, creating things. And while I did kind of love it, it also took away from my creativity. That's a structure, right? So that like doing that kind of work was a structure. At the time, now she works for me 8 hours a day. So not only did I structurally give away the stuff that was weighing me down so that I can be creative, I also sewed into my business a structure where I am now responsible for paying her a wage 8 hours a day. And trust me, there's many times where I've been like, is this worth it? Am I crazy? Why do I have a VA? Because I mean, I need them, and I thought I needed one like on a contract, but I was like, no. Where my business is going, this is a structure that I need. I need someone like this. So I need to put that in, I need to create that structure in my life so that I'm constantly thinking of 8 hours of work to give another person every single day. And sometimes in the beginning, I would be like, what am I going to get her to do tomorrow? And I'd be like, okay. And I'd make a really clear decision. I'd be like, all right, I'm going to keep her. I want to keep her. This is fully in line with my business. And then the next morning, something would come up and it would give her 8 hours work, 8 hours day work. See, so I never was like, oh, this is too much, it's too hard. I really stayed the line of the structure that I had created and like, this is what I need, this is where I'm going. So I sewed that structure into my business and up-leveled my capacity to lead, to create, and like find stuff for her to do. Like today, last night I went to bed, I'm like, I don't know what I'm going to get her to do.
Did you know that Carnotaurus is bigger than Allosaurus, Spinosaurus, and T-Rex?
I didn't know that. Good job. Thanks, mate. Did you know that Carnotaurus is bigger than Allosaurus, Spinosaurus, and T-Rex? My boy is a major dinosaur fan. Yes, so having sewed this structure into my business has forced me to up level, and it's forced me to get more creative it's forced me to like find more ways to generate income and so as a result more things have come through. So until we take those structural steps to actually up level ourselves, so you know when people say like don't wait for the thing to come, you have to do the thing first, that's a perfect example of that, because I wanted to up level my business, but structurally I wasn't ready, and I thought I had to wait till I was ready. So structurally, I built in something that made me be ready and create the next level. And it's uncomfortable AF, but it really, really works in helping you to leverage the energy and leverage the flow so that you're up into your next level. I did this, I'm going to give you one more example because I really want you to get the essence of this, because there's so many different ways it can be applied. When I was young, like in my 20s, 25 or something, I was addicted to drugs. And like, you know, like not every single day, but, you know, once or twice a week. And I was working in clubs, and I'd been doing it for 18 months or so. And my partner went to jail. There were people around me, like it started out fun, and then there were people around me who were like losing their houses and living out of their cars, and, you know, crazy stuff started going down. And I was like, this is not who I am permanently. But the structure that I was in, the social structure, the consciousness, all the things that I was in, it didn't allow me to swim against the stream, or it was really, really hard. So I made a decision. I made a structural decision. I was like, okay, I'm going to move to the country. I'm going to buy a cafe, and I'm going to rehab myself like 3 hours away from everyone that I know, and I'm going to make myself so busy that I'm not even going to be able to, it won't be an option for me to take drugs. And that's exactly what I did. And I bought a cafe. It was 3 hours away. It was the perfect cafe. I was so busy for the first 6 months, I didn't even unpack my house. I really wanted to take drugs because I was addicted. Like I was physically, mentally addicted. Like I was really in it. But if I did that, I knew that if I did that, because I did it once, I think, when I was there, if I did that, I lost everything. Like everything that I had been working at, like I lost, you know, like my dad put up money for me to help get started in the business. I told him everything, you know, so I created this structure. I created this flow in my life, this momentum where I literally, if I swam against it, number one, it was really hard to swim against, even stronger than my addiction, like this flow of this cafe and this momentum and this structure. It was stronger than that. And I made promises to people. So I had momentum. I had created a structure where the flow just went, right? So I was leveraging the structures that were around me. So I hope you're getting what I mean in what I'm talking about with using structures to help you to get ahead, to leverage momentum and leverage energy. So implementing and bringing things into your life, maybe even before you think that you're ready, but something that you know that you want. Like, for example, my VA. Was I ready? Maybe, not really, sort of, maybe 50%, but I'm like, yeah, let's do it now. So that was a structure that helped me to be more creative, and it was a structure that helped me to up-level myself so that I was generating more income to be able to support having that extra person in my business. A really simple structure that a lot of self-help and self-motivation and personal development practices share is obviously a morning routine. And the reason why that works is because the reason why it works for me is because it's a structure. It's a structure that like for me, it sets me up before my son. It gives me a place to land in the morning, and I can kind of like do the things that I need to do to really generate and create flow every single day, and really commit to being a creator and really commit to being in my flow. So that's another structure. So there are structures that we can create in our day. Like there will be places in your life, in your business, in your vision, where energy is just leaking. It's just leaking because the structure isn't right. A good way to create structure is look at what you want. Like, okay, this is what I really want. So look at it. Maybe it's your whole vision. Maybe it's an element of your vision, and just like get really clear on what that is. What do I want? That's one element of the structure. The second element of the structure that you want to get clear on is, where am I now in relationship to that point, right? So you're creating 2 points, which is a structure. It's a line, like there's a point and there's a point. And this structure, when you know those 2 things about your vision, about where you're wanting to go, it's going to be really clear how you can implement structure to get from here to here. Like, what is it? And you're not thinking about the how. It's not like, how am I gonna, like, for example, how am I gonna pay for my VA? Obviously that's a how. How am I gonna get there? I'm gonna hire a VA. I'm gonna blah, 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 blah. So that's a how, but it's not how am I gonna pay for her? How am I gonna manage it? It's just like, that's the what. So I want that. this is what I want. I want to get off drugs. I want to be more strategic with my time on social media. So what is it that you want? And what structure can you put in place for that to happen? Does that make sense? Yeah, give me some love if that makes sense. And do that. And that is how, like, manifestation is all about action, and it's about strategic action. It's not about like pushing and pushing and pushing and pushing. It's like, how can I get myself in alignment? That's what alignment is. People are talking about alignment all the time, and it's a freaking confusing word. Because, you know, our consciousness is so shifty, and at any given moment we can be higher, we can be low, we can be all the things. It's not that. Alignment is like, so what action steps, what can you implement, what can you put into place that is going to create structures for you to be able to flow easily in your vision and in your business? Because that is what is going to help you to push the needle forward on what you're really truly creating. So yeah, hope that was really helpful. For those of you who are watching, or for those of you who are watching the replay, I am going to be doing a 5-day masterclass next week on creative structures and how to monetize your genius, monetize your purpose. And this is really, if you have a purpose that is on your heart, that you know that you want to learn how to create abundance with, like fruitfully, clearly, tangibly, and reliably this year, then I want to show you how to connect with it. I want to show you how to create structures within yourself and in your life that is going to help you push that needle forward, so that you have absolute clarity and absolute connection to who you truly are, so that you're able to do that. This is for you to commit to for a 5-day journey. It's 1 hour a day. There's going to be, the replays will be available for 1 week, and then I'm going to remove them. And together I will help guide you to your genius, and I will give you access to your own clarity and your own divine knowledge, so that you know what your clear path to success is. And that's what the masterclass is going to be about. In addition to that, if you're in Australia, I have also been like really blessed in 2020, and I am called to share that abundance with people. So I will be giving away $2,000 worth of coin, which is a like Bitcoin crypto type currency, for free for people, for one client of my masterclass. So I've given the time commitment, that's what it is, and the cost is free. It doesn't cost anything, it's complimentary. If you are interested and you want to invite others, that's how you can be a part of the coin giveaway. Or yeah, if you think that there are people, if you know people who have a purpose on their heart that they truly want to create abundance with, like just feel in your heart, like if you know people like that, who would benefit from really understanding the essence of the how of manifesting. There is a lot of information out there that talks about the knowledge, that talks about the philosophies, that talks about the experience. It feels good when you read it, feels good when you listen to it, but it's not how. It doesn't show you how. So you can spend decades like trying to figure out how. This masterclass is going to give you a really clear pathway to the how, which is so essential, because I think more than ever, it's really important for those people who do have a purpose on their heart to share it and create it. Like now, there has never been a better time in the history of the world for you to bring your purpose forward. And this is really for visionaries, world bridges, shamans, entrepreneurs, artists, musicians, poets, lovers, pirates, rebels, those people who really feel like they have a cause, and a calling, and they want to express that, like whether that's through business or whatever it is, whether it's through writing a book or and you're stuck on writing a book. This will help you if you're stuck on writing a book, or if you're stuck on writing a song, if your inspiration, if you feel like it's lacking. yeah, it's going to be super duper high value. So I would love to see you there. Please share this if you feel like you know someone who would also love to be there. And yeah, send me a message if you would love to know more information about either the 5-day masterclass or the coin giveaway. I hope you got a lot from learning about structure and the principles of structure and where and how you can apply that into your own personal vision. Have a beautiful day, and I'll see you there.